Shalom. Call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. So I just typed in on Google, man kidnapped. And as you can see, these articles are very, very recent. This first one says Texas man kidnapped with 10,000 ransom demand rescued by Fort Worth police authorities say. That's Texas. And this is the same topic. Kidnapped East Texas man found safe. So he was kidnapped. 2 suspects arrested. Look at this. 2 dudes kidnapped another man, I guess for a ransom, right? So that's in Texas. This one right here. Shocking moment. A kidnapped is caught on camera in West Yorkshire. So this is England. We're going to click on this and watch this one. And then, that was 3 days ago. And then check this one out. 3 weeks ago, right where we are. Virginia man kidnapped, beaten, bound at gunpoint in D.C. Police search for robbers who kidnapped, beat man in crime spree across the DMV. So they kidnapping men, beating them. In other places, they kidnapping them for ransom. Whole bunch of crazy things happening. And the Lord talked about how the love of many is going to wax cold in these days. And so the reason why I'm bringing out this article, one, of course, to let you know that prophecy is taking place. The love of many is waxing cold. And 2, it's to put out there a strict warning, I guess, if you will, for lack of a better word, that listen, we're not even in Jacob's trouble and crap like this is happening. We always get on the woman, oh, wait till Jacob's trouble happened and it's lights out and blah, blah, blah. You woman this, you woman that. Like, all right, that's true and we get it. But the Lord put a very perverse and evil and wicked and vile spirit here in America. Wait till Jacob's trouble happens and the lights are out. It's going to be men preying on other men too. That's going to happen. So we push these things out to let you know how the world is, the course of the world and how it is right now, but also to say, hey, continue to build up your spirit and increase your faith because things are only going to get worse from here. And you most definitely want to have the protection of the Lord in the time of Jacob's trouble. So let's watch this really quickly and then we'll grab some precepts. Guess it ain't no volume. So 2 dudes walked over there. You see a dude jump out the van and go after him. 2 dudes. And this was caught on camera by, I think, some guy's footage outside of his house. See if I can, it's going to fast forward it, but they about to come with dude. Look at this. 3 men, a whole 6'2" Edomite. Edomite or not, that's crazy. Look at this. Gone, they out. They probably beating his ass right now. They out of there just like that. Yeah, man. That's happening. Broad daylight. Just like the article says, terrifying moment. Man is kidnapped and thrown in the van in broad daylight. These dudes out here, they don't care. They don't give a F. You know what I'm saying? So wait till Jacob's trouble happens and it's really anarchy. There are no rules. Just imagine that. There's no rules. There are no laws, no order. There's nobody to, get you if you do something wrong. People are going to be doing whatever they want, thinking about the craziest things and doing it, right? So first we're going to start here in the book of Jeremiah 30, verse 6 and 7. It says, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Like, are these men in pain? Like, what's going on? Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness, like dudes looking upset, afraid, like in pain. Jeremiah's like, what's going on? Alas, for that day is great, meaning it's terrible. That's a synonym for great. That day is great or terrible, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. The he right there in verse 7 is referring to an elect individual, whether it's a man, woman, or child, right? The elect will be saved and delivered out of that time. But the point is in verse 6, in that time of Jacob's trouble, it's going to be so bad, you're going to have your 6'2", 3, 4 brolic men just confused, scared, assed out, not knowing what to do. Because crap like that we just saw is going to be happening, especially at night. I mean, it's still going to be happening during the day because it's going to be a lawless society. But just wait. People that were mocking, people that were saying all these different things, not believing in God, didn't want to turn back when they had the opportunity. You know how much regret there's going to be in that day? That's why the Bible talks about weeping and gnashing of teeth. It's because of that feeling of regret. Man, I should have done this. I should have said this, or I shouldn't have said that. It's going to be bad, but the doors of mercy are going to be damn near shut in that day. That's why the Bible talks about a famine of the word. A famine meaning it's a very, very rare thing. It's scarce. It's not all the way gone, but it's a scarcity, right, of hearing the words of the Lord. Let's jump over now to the book of Zephaniah 1 and verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near. So this is in the Old Testament, but it's a prophecy that has not played out yet. People talking about the Old Testament, oh, that's done away with. Well, how come the day of the Lord hasn't come yet? No. These things still need to be played out. The great day of the Lord is near. And there's that word great again. The terrible day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. And how you think that man felt when he was being kidnapped? So many emotions and feelings and thoughts were probably rushing through his head. And you most definitely know they was jumping him in that van, right? Of course he was crying later, crap like that. Just not knowing what to do. I didn't even read the rest of the article when I was looking at it a day or two ago to see what happened if they found those people or if they found him. But, it is what it is. First and foremost, because he's an Edomite, more than likely, right? But even still, that's crazy. It says that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. So the day of the Lord is not some time where the Lord returns with open arms and he's just smiling and, handing out congratulations cards to everybody. No, everybody doesn't get a welcome pass to the kingdom of heaven. That's not how it works. The Bible talks about a very, very small remnant that's going to be saved. And even before that, it's a very small remnant that's going to be protected in the time of wrath and trouble and distress. There's a reason why we talk about these things so often. You really can't talk about it enough. Because when that time comes, you're going to be like, dang, man, it's here. It's here. Some people are going to be wishing they can go back and, man, let me just read a little bit more, or wish I had my Bible on me. Look, you can't be looking back and ultimately just faithless. You're going to have to step out on 100% faith in that time. It's going to get crazy. It's going to be a time of distress. But remember, wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of your time and the strength of salvation. So if you have the wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures. And if you're getting it right now in that time of distress, for the most part, you'll be calm, cool, and collected. And that should be our ultimate goal. Not having weak and feeble knees, walking around shook in that day, not knowing if you're going to be protected. Nah, got to step out with faith. You know what? Let's go. Jacob's trouble is here. Let me pray right now, have faith in the Lord, and see where he takes me. Just like that. Yeah, and of course the point was in verse 14. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. Last one, 2 Edges 15. I'm going to read verses 17 and 18. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It's not just Jacob's trouble for women. Like, sometimes people get it confused and twisted. Nah, it's Jacob's trouble for all of you 2/3 ass niggas, men and women alike, and you grimy little kids. 2/3 is a 2/3 at the end of the day. In the sight of the Lord, it don't make no difference. So Jacob's trouble and all these calamities and the evil things to come, it's all for the purpose of judging the wicked. Our job is to understand these things, have faith in the Lord, and it ultimately just ask the Lord to increase our spirits. That's it. So it's very, very important to speak on these things. You got people out there talking about, oh, if you're just bringing out articles, that's not doing the work of the Lord, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, all they want to talk about is, or matter of fact, all they want to do is have debates. That's it. Just debate and make money off of YouTube. Freaking clowns. But this is biblical, Salakia. This is biblical or Bible prophecy. And that should be the number one thing that's coming out of our mouth. So, Lord's will, this was edifying to the elect. Call Elohim, which means all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Chakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Got his ass.